Edition. Of NBA. Here are the five for Philadelphia. We've got George. Joel Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Kelly Oubre, and it's Maxey in at the one. And for the Bucks, inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Prince in at small forward. And Clark, for these two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, VA, and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively too.
Antetokounmpo finds Prince. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
Three-pointer Embiid. Offensive board. Rejected by Lopez.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
And the dunk by Lillard.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And it's Maxey missing.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Launches it. And Antetokounmpo the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
Well, if Giannis is knocking down threes defensively, nothing you can do.
Shot to stop the run. Right wing. Back to George. Embiid, a screen on Jackson. Here's George. And George with the jam.
Showing you the vertical that time. Paul George throwing it down.
Jackson for three. And another three for Milwaukee.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Embiid, a screen on Jackson. Oh, he took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. Instead, he'll shoot free throws.
I really like that he didn't shy away from the contact at all. I mean, he was determined to get to the basket, no matter who was offering the resistance.
George hits them both. Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
Embiid with a steal. Fast break, Philadelphia. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Milwaukee has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Lillard. Pass to Lopez. Back to Lillard. Inside. And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That's his first foul.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Here's Jackson. Lopez with it. Back to Jackson.
Nice defense that time by Drummond, and a movable object with great length.
George against Jackson. George outside. Drummond to screen on Jackson. George, a deep three. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Bucks. And it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. Pass to Prince. And here's Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using it. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Embiid. Fires the 3. He buries it from 3.
Love the confidence from Joel. He gets the ball and knows exactly what he's going to do with it before he gets it.
Well, Clark, this Bucks roster is loaded with veteran talent, but their window for another run won't last long.
No, those windows don't last forever, especially with so many young teams around the league on the ascent. The Bucks may want to take a page from them and give some of their younger players a chance to grow and contribute.
Maxey attacking. Pass to Drummond. Back to Maxey. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Maxey's got his second basket of the game. Here's Jackson. Now Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Once Giannis gets that close to the rim, you know that he'll do everything he can to make the finish happen.
George peels it out a bit. Pass to Oubre. George with it. To the middle. Here's Drummond. And the jam by Drummond.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Lillard outside. Oubre with a steal. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Bucks on top. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And when you consider how the Bucks are doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Jackson out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Prince in at the 3. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning." That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night.
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie. Antetokounmpo finds Lillard. Antetokounmpo, a screen on George. Again, the miss by Lillard. The Sixers trailing. Well, Clark, Lillard's scoring isn't what it once was, but he's still a major threat from outside.
He sure is. I tell you what, he's got such great range and such command of the ball in his body. He can get the shot he wants more times than not. And he's actually gotten better, I think, when he's working off the ball. You still have to be very much aware of where Damian Lillard is when he's on the court.
The floater going inside. Lillard for 2.
I like when Lillard gets a little tricky with it. Outstanding at measuring the floater and dropping it in.
George against Jackson. Now George. Pass to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Drummond. There's the 3. Doesn't go for him. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. The 3 from Prince. Rebound by Philadelphia. Here's Oubre. And here's Embiid. Here's George. Defended by Lillard. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Here's Drummond. Lopez with the steal.
He was all over that play. He knew exactly where they were going with the ball and swiped it away.
Here's Lillard. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. Kelly Oubre picks one up. Well, Clark, playing time is so difficult to come by. So what's the best way to stay ready if you're on the end of the bench?
Yeah, that's a good question, B. I never experienced that as a starter in the short career that I had in the NBA. With all the travel, I think you just got to make a commitment to get in the extra work between the few practices that you have. So it's really being self-motivated as an individual to be professional and anticipate that you're going to be ready if your number's called. You know, one of the things you really appreciate about Maxey is how freely he plays. He just throws himself in there, fearless about looking for ways to get involved in the play and then make an impact.
They get it back, tries again, kicks it out to Jackson, pass to Lillard. And here is Antetokounmpo. Embiid covers. They shoot again. Back to Jackson. Out to Lillard. To the inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Lopez gets it to go.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
76ers trail by 4. Left side, Maxey. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Maxey makes things happen with his hard work and determination as a scorer.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. That free throw's good from Maxey. And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, BA. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so he's got the full package.
Drummond, a screen on Prince. Maxey with it, and Lopez picks him up. Here's Drummond. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
That's where Drummond generates most of his offense. I mean, he's got a lot of moves in the low post.
Lillard into the lane. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, BA. And lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Hey, certain guys just exude that it factor. Damian Lillard is a great player and a terrific leader.
Maxey passes to Drummond. Back to Maxey. Screen by Embiid. Who is stolen by Lillard. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
Boy, you have to respect the quickness of Lillard now because he's excellent at using his hands to complement those quick feet to come up with steals.
Maxey, that's good.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Here's Lillard. Oh, Lillard shrugs off the contact.
Watch out now, Lillard is smoking and looking to score every time he touches it.
Here's Maxey. Pass to Oubre. Embiid with it. Launches a 3. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3. Oh, another lead change. 6 total in the first half.
And this is the battle we were hoping to see.
Jackson with a screen on George. Lillard. What a tough shot by Dave.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
For 3, Maxey. That shot, no good. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The Bucks on top. They lead by 1. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She scored. All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. What a game we're seeing from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Taking a look at Philadelphia. Kyle Lowry out there with Lonnie Walker. Then there's Edwards, and it's Council in at the small forward position.
Kuzma excellent at using his height and touch to perfection. Very confident player.
Edwards a screen on Trent. Here's Lowry. Here's Council, covered by Connaughton. 4 on the clock. Pure from three-point range.
I mean, I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Kyle Kuzma the last few seasons has been pushing his scoring over 20 points per game. He said, I'm showing the league that I'm not just a role player. Having a leadership position and getting better every single game, that's what I care about. I want to keep elevating. Brian, high hopes.
Just the 27th pick back in 2017. He's having a dynamite career.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
That's exactly what they want. Get him into the offensive flow right away and then keep it going.
Here's Walker out to the right wing. Yabusele. That three's off the mark. Milwaukee leading by 3. Trent outside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Lowry surveys the D. Hits the three-pointer.
Well, there's a pit bull kind of quality to Kyle Lowry's game. He's relentless at both ends.
Trent against Walker. Trent, the pass to Portis. Rebound by Philadelphia. Pass to Walker. Driving inside, and the jam by Walker.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
Sims can't get it to go. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, BA. Not sure what got into him.
Coming out on the floor for the 76ers. Number 30.
And there's a pick for the lead. Pass to Council. Here's Bona. Just 3 to shoot. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the 76ers lead by 2. Kuzma with a screen on Walker. Kuzma outside. Here's Council, covered by Connaughton. The kick out to Edwards. 1:36 left to play in the third quarter here. Pass to Bona. Oh, he missed the layup. He had him with the pump fake. And so Trent will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Trailing by 2. Can they get it? That one's good. Sims has got his second basket.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Walker in the post, covered by Connaughton. Edwards a screen on Connaughton. Outside Edwards. for three. Rebounded by Kuzma. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Portis the screen. Pass to Sims. Tipped away. Walker with a steal. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter here. Out to Lowry from outside the arc. Knocks down the long J. Lowry's got 6.
A little role reversal here for Lowry. Typically, Kyle is the one setting others up.
Portis the screen. Trent finds Portis. From down in the low post, it goes.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
To the right side. Here's Council. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. The Sixers on top. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession in this way. True team basketball.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson. And it's Prince in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Second chance shot. Lillard gets a hand on it.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
The Bucks trail. Antetokounmpo, a screen on George. Here's Lillard. Oh, Lillard with a masterful touch on the floater.
And if you're guarding Dame in the pick and roll, you need to stop the ball. Lillard can just eat you alive.
Maxey against Prince from the arc. Philadelphia with another miss.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
It's good.
Or the attacking mentality of Prince right there. You love that. If he has a lane, he's not going to wait around. He's going to hit it right away.
Embiid, a screen on Prince. For 3, Maxey. Another miss by Maxey. The Bucks leading by 3. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Once Lillard takes that first step, he's all in. He won't stop until he finds the shot he wants.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Just a great job running the floor in transition. Now, he realized they were tiring out the defense early, and they took full advantage.
And the defense has been disruptive, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. The turnovers they've been able to turn into points, too.
Cutting into this lead, they're well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on George. Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. George with a steal. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Maxey surveys. Pass to Drummond. And out of bounds. The Bucks will take it. Lillard against George. Antetokounmpo, a screen on George. And here's Lillard. Oh, and the jam by Lillard.
Oh, wow. Dame just sticking it to the other team, and you can see it's motivating his squad as well.
And so they foul intentionally.
Damian Lillard. Third personal foul. Second team foul.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Jackson against George. 6 to shoot. Drummond to screen on Jackson. For 3, George gets the 3-ball to go.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. It's Prince on the wing. Up top, Jackson. Lillard passes to Jackson. It's tipped. George with it. Jackson in his pocket. Screen by Embiid. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use their coach's challenge, asking for a review. This could be a big call.
At the line for two. The play is under video review. There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
Even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Doc Rivers as he talked with the team. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. First free throw is good, and that brings him within 2 here.
Paul George, one of the most versatile and dynamic players in the league. I mean, he does a lot for his team offensively and defensively, which I think frees up the other guys to do their thing.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. For 3, here's Lillard. Paul George pulls down the board. And so George will bring it up for the 76ers. Outside Oubre. Embiid, a screen on Prince. Oubre passes to Maxey to take the lead. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now here's Lillard. Pass to Prince. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Prince, the pass to Antetokounmpo.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
It's George on the wing. Defended by Jackson. Outside Maxey. Embiid, a screen on Prince. For 3, Maxey. Giannis with the rebound.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. 5 to shoot. Jackson, pass to Antetokounmpo. Really left him alone that time. Now it's a 6-point Milwaukee lead.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Here's Lillard. Oh, and the jam by Lillard. Ball stolen. So Milwaukee wins it. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed. Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Hart Kellogg, and
What a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. We've got Durant, Booker out there with Dunn. Then it's Nick Richards. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward.
Well, the mindset of Booker there, pretty solid. He feels like he can make just about any shot, especially the deep triple.
Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And so here's Phoenix after the basket by Milwaukee. Richards passes to Durant. Clock at 6. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Not fair of a coach to send out one defender against Kevin Durant, skilled at fighting through whatever challenges the D wants to throw at him.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and, Greg, efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again. KD is right at the top of that list.
Here's Dunn, and he lays it straight in.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Lillard, the pass to Lopez. Crafty move. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Lopez is a big guy, which gives him a huge advantage on the interior.
For Phoenix, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Now here's Booker. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Durant with a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper. KD's got 5.
And man, you look at that release from Durant, he makes hitting a 3 look like a layup with that size and touch.
Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by the Suns. Durant inside. Dunn outside. Pass to O'Neal. And finished off by O'Neal.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
And here's Booker from the arc. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Trailing here by 8. And for about a decade, the Bucks have virtually been a lock for the playoffs.
Yeah, you think about Giannis being drafted in 2013, and absolutely nobody saw what was coming with him. They missed the playoffs in his first and his third year, and then all of a sudden, Giannis fully arrived. He's developed into a star, not just a star, but a superstar. And these guys have been contenders ever since.
Now here's Booker. Back to Durant. Jacks up a 3. Great D that time from Giannis. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Lillard, the pass to Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
I love it when Giannis is in attack mode like that and gets to the rim so quick.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, Kevin. And another Kevin, Kevin Durant, is the most decorated member of the Suns star trio. KD says, I believe in this team and we believe in one another. I like our chemistry. Not just the 3 of us, but our whole team. Our coaching staff is doing a great job. I'm not promising anything, but I like our chances against anybody. Kevin, they certainly have the talent.
David, indeed they do. Here's Giannis. Lillard against Dunn. Now here's Lillard. Not a lot of room, and it's good. 2 points. Lillard's got 5 now.
Well, the defense sinking and filling the lane, but Lillard stops short and floats one over the top.
Booker against Jackson. Booker outside. Pass to O'Neal. Rebound, Milwaukee. 32 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Lillard with it, defended by Richards. Now, here's Lillard. He's tightly guarded. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And Dame Lillard with tremendous concentration there.
Booker looking around. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Suns ahead, leading by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Phoenix.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Jackson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Booker. Here's Lillard. A second chance effort. Down low, inside. Giannis taps it in.
And Giannis throwing his body in there and gets rewarded.
Here's Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Lillard outside. Driving to the basket. Can't connect from short range.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And Booker kicks to KD. Pass to Dunn. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Here's Richards. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Booker against Jackson. Drake, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
And Booker just one of these guys who's calculating on the offensive end. He's trying to figure out what defenses are doing. He's always working hard to find shots, and he's going to influence the game with the way he can produce.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And it's Prince penetrating. Oh, that's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's Jackson. Nothing on the board. Here is Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Second personal foul.
It's on Kevin Durant.
And I'm telling you what, on the other end, you're just waiting for when it's going to happen. Lillard is going to come at you.
Looking back at Damian Lillard's time in Portland, what an incredible 11-year run. I mean, Brent, he was the team.
Yeah, unbelievable, all-time great for the Portland Trailblazers. All-NBA 7 times, Kevin, the Blazers record. And no doubt one of the most beloved players that's ever put on a uniform in the great Pacific Northwest. But I know for Damian Lillard how competitive he is. He doesn't want to just rely on what it is he accomplished there. There's more to be done, and he wants to win at the highest level, and that's what he's looking to do.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Giannis sets a screen for Lillard. That three off the mark. Suns trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Dunn. Shakes him. Good, and the assist goes to O'Neal.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
1:05 left to play in the first half. Lillard with the bucket.
It doesn't take much or long for Lillard to catch fire. An incredible offensive talent.
KD finds O'Neal. Puts up a 3. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Kevin Durant.
And remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Booker with the screen for KD. 6 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. No good from Booker. Bucks leading by 3.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Booker against Jackson. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Dunn. Floats it up for Giannis. Stolen by Durant.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Milwaukee Bucks. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Lee. Bradley Beal is out there with Allen. Then there's Bull. And it's Iguodala in at the 5 spot. Allen against Connaughton. Shot clock at 6. Here's Iguodala for the lead. No good on the layup. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a 1-point game and a wide open look for Portis. Bangs home the trifecta. Portis has got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Bucks.
And Portis got that shot off really quick.
Beal against Trent. Now here's Beal. He's guarded closely. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
One thing Bradley Beal does so well with his craft is he'll probe the defense. He's very patient. He's looking for weaknesses. And typically he'll find them.
Beal against Trent. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Bucks lead by 4.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Left side, Beal. Allen surveying the D. Pass to Lee. There's the triple. No good. Shot missing. Bucks leading by 4. 3 on 3. Portis with it. Here's Sims. Back to Portis. Fires for 3. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And Portis attacking with some confidence. That's in his range.
And when you look at the career of Kyle Kuzma, he has played, Brent, various roles.
Yeah, Kevin, different spots and different things that have been asked of him by different coaches in different systems. So 6-man, spot-up shooter, go-to scorer. It speaks a lot to his adaptability. Hopefully he'll settle in and become the player that he knows confidently he is.
Bull against Portis. Bull kicks to Allen. There's the pick. Down low, picked away. Now the Bucks moving it up. Portis with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. And now Beal pushing it up and no one back to stop him. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
Yeah, you got to find Bradley Beal even in transition because he's going to get out there and fill that lane.
Trent against Beal. Now here's Trent. Defense right on him. Good. Trent's got the lead up to 7 now for Milwaukee. Beal against Trent. Beal dishes the Bull. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bull's got his first 2 points.
And Beal finding a guy with a better look that time.
Trent up top. He's covered by Beal. Here's Kuzma. And he drops it in from the low post.
That's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Outside Beal. Allen against Connaughton. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Allen.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Beal against Trent. Fires from deep. Kept alive. Here's Sims. Lays it up off the glass.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Here he goes. Outside Beal. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Trent.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Milwaukee leading by 7. Out to Kuzma. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And it's Trent off the drive. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've got... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Pat Connaughton is out there with Gary Trent. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Sims in at the center position. Outside for Beal. A basket good off the assist from Allen. 6 points for Beal.
Smart play by Beal. Just gets set up in prime scoring position, and he knows what to do from there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A new lineup here for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo finds Jackson. Top of the key jumper, no good. Suns trail by 5. Dunn looking over the floor. Here's KD. Booker against Antetokounmpo. 4 on the clock. KD sets the pick for Booker. Back to Richards. Wants to get it to KD and does. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Bucks leading by 5. Lillard outside. Poke loose. Lopez passes to Lillard. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo with the jam.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Booker is screen on Antetokounmpo. KD can't get it to go. Lillard with it, outguarded by Booker. Lillard outside. Offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo. Jackson finds Lopez. Here's Booker. Booker in stride. Stolen by Prince. Fast break, Milwaukee. Jackson has the open look. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
I like their defense today. And we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. I mean, these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Lillard attacking, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
Just more and more complete appreciation for how complete the offensive game of Damian Lillard is.
And so he hits both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And Booker kicks to Durant. Richards with it. Lopez is there. 6 to shoot. Inside. Here's KD.
Ball entered from below the basket. Milwaukee ball.
Bucks leading by 9. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. And the dunk by Lopez.
Lopez at that size has no trouble throwing it down.
Jackson against Booker. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Durant sets a screen for Booker. Fires the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 8 rebounds in this game.
And we'll just... Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And Booker kicks to KD. Takes a 3. 4 for 9 from the floor with that miss. And the Bucks with possession. They're on an 11-3 run. Screen by Giannis. There's the lob. And Kumbo. Giannis dunks it down.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Durant with the screen on Jackson. And the Suns miss again.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
A floater, and Lillard lays it up and in. And the Bucks lead by 17.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony.
Now let's take a look at Phoenix's opening lineup. They've got Nick Richards. Royce O'Neal is out there with Kevin Durant. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Dunn in a shooting guard. And for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's George. Then it's Andre Drummond, and it's Maxey in at the one. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Now here's Booker. Clock at 4. Durant for three. Sinks the tray.
The confidence that Durant has in his three-point shot is something special. He doesn't doubt his selections at all.
Pass to Embiid. Beyond the arc. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Booker. And Booker with the jam.
That's just too easy for D-Book. You can't give him an opening like that.
And here is Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Now Drummond. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
A great look provided by Embiid. The big man just dropping dimes.
Ever since Phoenix changed ownership, they've been all in on winning now, Richard.
They've traded a lot of picks away and young talent to assemble a team of superstars. Some of the best shooters in the history of this league. And they were willing to go deep into the luxury tax to sustain it.
Now here's Oubre. Pass to Maxey. Fires from deep. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Well, the corner three, no challenge for Maxey. I mean, the dude can straight up shoot from deep.
Now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse.
We talked about how he plans to contain Devin Booker. And Coach said, first, we've got to be on him at all times. And second, we can't let him get favorable matchups. He needs our best defenders on him. Trying to work over screens and stay on top of Booker, that's the name of the game here, guys.
Allie, thank you. And here are the Sixers now. Coming off a Suns make. Here's George to the wing, right side. Embiid against Durant. Embiid, good.
The footwork, the patience, watching Embiid go to work inside is just a treat.
Now Booker. Durant with a screen on George. Outside Durant. The three ball. It's hauled in by Oubre.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
The drive by Drummond. And the jam by Drummond.
Oh, man. Drummond is like a wrecking ball on that drive. His physicality and power carry him straight to the hoop.
Now here's Booker. With the drive. Count it. All three of his attempts have gone in.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
Maxey on the wing, defended by Dunn. Embiid from outside. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
This is how terrifying Durant can be on the drive, using those long strides and then taking flight.
George with it. Durant covering. Pass to Embiid. With the floater. And he lays it in. Embiid's got 7 points.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Booker surveying the floor. Durant, pass to Booker. The Suns need to get off a shot. Durant for three. It's rebounded by George.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
24 seconds left to play in the first. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Yeah, muscling his way for the bucket. George doing what he does best.
And it's slammed in by Durant.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he?
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Outside Booker. Durant with a screen on George. Fires for three. That's good from Durant. On the assist by Booker. He's got 10.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They've made a point to take what's given to them in the mid-range. The jumpers are falling for them so far.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
Maxey out there with George. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Drummond in at the center position. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
An MVP in this league, Richard, Joel Embiid. Is there any way to slow this guy down?
The answer, no, BA. There is no way to slow him down. He's got the unique ability of size, skill, athleticism. You name it, he's got it.
All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Hard to stop Durant when he's set up like this. He's so well positioned to score.
George scanning the floor. Screen by Embiid. Pass to Drummond. There's the drive. Back to George. To the paint. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Get out of that man's way. Embiid throwing down that power finish.
Durant against Embiid. Here's Richards. Dunn outside. Outside Durant. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by Philadelphia.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
George outside. Screen by Embiid. Three-pointer. George's shot is off.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
Here's Durant. It's Booker on the wing. Back to Durant. Durant, so effective inside.
Well, Durant must be making the defense sweat a little bit right now. Whenever he gets into a rhythm, he gets aggressive.
For three, Maxey counted from distance. Maxey's got 6, and the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Durant with a screen on George. Here's Booker. Look at Booker elevate.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window.
Here's Maxey. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Wheeling that ball in. Tyrese Maxey has a nose for points.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Now here's Booker. 10 points for him. Durant with it. Picked up by Embiid. Outside for Booker. Oh, you can't let Booker get that close.
Crafty play by Booker inside, navigating to a point-blank look at the basket.
Maxey surveys. 36 seconds left in the first half of this one. Pass to Drummond. Over to the wing. Here's Embiid. Oh, Embiid packs it down.
The offensive arsenal of Embiid is phenomenal. He's capable of scoring in a multitude of ways.
Booker against Embiid, and he gets it to go. Booker's got 8 points here in the quarter.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Outside Maxey. Three-pointer Embiid. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Philadelphia on top, leading by a point. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You know, Kevin Durant has really been making it happen here, guys.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
On the floor for Phoenix, they've got Bradley Beal, Bol out there with Damian Lee. Then there's Grayson Allen, and it's Iguodala in at the 5, down low. Now here's Lowry. Edwards a screen on Beal. Lowry surveys the D. Outside Edwards. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. That three off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. The Suns leading. Left side Bull. Uses the glass on the layup.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Allen against Walker. Outside Edwards. Let's go with a three. Yes! Great play by Walker to set it up. Edwards has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, Brian, a lot of teams are staying clear of that dreaded second apron of the luxury tax, but the Suns, they blew right past it, adding Bradley Beal to create a star trio. Kevin Durant said, quote, "That's what you're supposed to do. It's about swinging for the fences every year." They're looking to go the distance.
Every year, you're right. Talent is there, Allie. He gets it in there.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Beal against Lowry. Beal right side. Bold. Allen on the wing. Pass to Beal. Allen a screen. Beal into the lane. And then Beal with the dunk.
So sudden on the drive. Beal loves to get one step ahead of the defense.
Edwards a screen on Allen. Up top Edwards. Puts up a three. Iguodala grabs a miss. The Suns lead by 3. Here's Bull. Sinks that one from the post. Bull's got 6.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Walker against Allen. Down low. Here's the 3. Connects from downtown.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Here's Walker. Pass to Edwards. Edwards a screen on Allen. The kick out to Edwards. To stop the run. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
And adding to this lead right now. riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Pass to Bona. Here's Council. From deep, tipped. And so it looks like the Sixers will retain possession here. Now here's Walker. Shot clock at 5. Inside, Bona. Off target at the rim. The Suns lead by 10. Beal with it. 5 points in the game. Allen a screen. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. 7 points in the game.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Nice shot by Walker.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
30 seconds left in the third quarter. Beal outside. The three is up. Edwards pulls it in. Outside Walker. Edwards a screen on Allen. Here's Walker. The layup off target.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
And so it's Phoenix with a 9. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. 76ers trail by 9. Paul George out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now here's George. And the jam by George.
I like when Paul looks to score inside because he's more than capable of dunking it through.
Booker against George. Outside Booker. Durant with a screen on George. Here's Booker. The shot comes out. And George with some nice D. Pass to Drummond. Back to George. Drummond with the screen. George passes to Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. George against Booker. The kick to Durant. Book it again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
So polished from the interior. Durant is terrific at utilizing his physical advantages down on the block.
George outside. Embiid from outside. Richards pulls it in. The Suns lead by 7. The 3. And there's Durant. That one's good. On the assist by Booker. Durant's got 20 points. George outside. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Durant with the bucket.
And sometimes you just assume ahead of time Durant's mid-range J is going in. Downright lethal.
Here's George. Oh, and the dunk by George.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? Stolen by Drummond. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. George drives in, and the jam by George.
This team counts on George to deliver points. His consistency under pressure is key to their offense.
Now here's Booker. Durant with a screen on George. Here's Booker. Score that basket. His 8th out of 9 shots here today.
absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth.
And at the offensive end, George persistent and consistent.
And Booker's got the ball here for the Phoenix Suns. 1:44 left in the final quarter. Outside Durant. Clock at 6. Pass to Richards. Rebound by Philadelphia. George outside. There's a minute 17 left in the fourth. George, a screen on Durant. Oh, nice job, Embiid.
And who else do you want in this situation? It's all about Embiid, and he's ready to carry that load.
Here's Booker. Outside O'Neal. Durant surveying the D. Pass to Richards.
The timing on the rejection, Embiid's feel for when to go after blocks is ridiculous.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
40 seconds left to play in the fourth. And the jam by George.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Now here's Booker. Outside Durant. He connects.
Big-time players make big-time shots. Durant, he lives for these opportunities.
Here's George. Out to Oubre. Up top, Maxey. Screen by Embiid. So a close game sees Phoenix taking this one. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt. All right, Allie, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Richard Jefferson.
this one. Now the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. And for the 76ers, Andre Drummond is out there with Embiid. Then there's Oubre. Then it's Paul George, and it's Maxey in at the 1 spot. Back to Antetokounmpo. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
You know, when you're facing Dame, he's at the top of the scouting report. High priority item. So that opens things up for his teammates.
You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime and Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
Oubre for 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Here's Milwaukee now. Jackson looking around. Here's Giannis. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Maxey passes to Oubre. Connects from 3-point range.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game. Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Here's Drummond. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Hey, if you don't box out Drummond, this happens. He's an exceptional offensive rebounder who can hurt you big time with the putbacks.
George against Lillard. Prince outside. Sinks the 3-pointer.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Maxey attacking. And again, it's Philadelphia.
This is Maxey at his best, attacking the lane and finishing at the rack.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldrich. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer, but he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a 3-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting them know I'm there to back them up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report. It's George on the wing, guarded by Jackson. Clock at 4.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
The 76ers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Giannis sets a screen for Lillard. It's Prince on the wing. Back to Lillard. The shot's good on the assist by Prince.
Gotta like that attacking mindset of Lillard. I mean, very confident in his ability to score and finish inside.
Here's Maxey. Pass to Embiid. 1:05 left here in the first quarter. Oubre outside. No one near Drummond as he lets it go. Misses the 3.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Here's Giannis. And the basket is good. Giannis has got 8 points.
Good luck against Giannis in the paint. Get out of the way is probably your best option.
George against Jackson. Now, here's George. He's guarded closely. Good D by Giannis. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Boy, it is so difficult not to foul Lillard. I mean, you never know exactly how to shade him defensively because he's so versatile.
This is his first free throw of the game. That one drops. He ties it up.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Philadelphia's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Embiid with a screen on Prince. And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Tipped away. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in the tie. Live from Philly. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Maxey. And it's George in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter.
Well, that time Leonard's speed on the drive forced the defense to make a mistake, and they ended up committing the foul.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. And Special K as good as Damian Lillard can be throughout a game. He definitely takes it up a notch in crunch time.
Couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. He's one of those guys that certainly seems to rise to the occasion and relish in the clutch moments. And his range is in the gym like. I mean, 30 feet away, 35 feet away, he shoots it the same as if it's a mid-range jumper.
Lillard against George. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Jackson. Back to Giannis. Outside for Jackson. Lock at 6. Giannis sets a screen for Jackson. To the paint. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Lopez, no up.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Maxey looking it over. Fires the three. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Bucks trail by 3. Here's Prince. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Prince has got 5.
Prince doing a nice job with his quickness in transition. He's right there to finish the break strong.
Embiid with the screen on Prince. For the 3. Joel showing off the range.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Lillard finds Giannis. Kicks it out to Lillard. Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to do what they need to do to try to score the ball. But I don't think anybody likes, 1, guys flopping to draw fouls, and then 2, whining when fouls aren't called.
Jackson has the open look. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Pass to Embiid. Here's Maxey. drains it from beyond the arc. 9 points in the game so far.
Really showing you how quick he can be with the basketball. Maxey letting it fly in a hurry.
George against Lillard. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Maxey against Prince. Outside, Maxey. In the corner, it's Oubre. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist. Embiid's got 3 assists now in this one. But we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point in which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
Embiid wide open. Off target from three-point range. Bucks trail by 6. Lillard looking around. Lopez right side. Back to Lillard. Lopez, a screen on George. Lillard dishes to Lopez. Lays it up and banks it in. Lopez has got his first points of the game.
That was not easy, but Lopez is solid at playing through contact.
Maxey against Prince. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
George with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. Here's Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Number 18, Kyle Kuzma.
16 seconds left in the first half. Lillard against George. Now here's Lillard. Here's Giannis. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with their lead standing at 6 points. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
On the court for the Bucks, Gary Trent is out there with Pat Connaughton. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Sims in at the 5, roaming the paint. Walker in the post. Sims there. Here's Bona. Back to Walker. Edwards with the screen for Walker. Ball's knocked loose. Connaughton with it. He's picked up by Walker. Walker against Connaughton. Portis kicks to Trent. Portis sets the pick for Trent. Shot clock at 5. Good on the three-point shot. Trent's got his first 3 points of the game.
Off and running right out the bat here to start the second half.
That's exactly what they want. Get him into the offensive flow right away and then keep it going.
Lowry can't get it to go. The Bucks trail. And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer, but great, he's developed as a passer over time.
And Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader, but he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
For contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Clark, we know the last handful of years, the 76ers have been a threat in the East.
7 straight years of playoff runs. Can't get past that second-round barrier, though, Kevin. But as far as success, they've been as consistent as it comes in the East the last decade.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to, just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court.
Timeout.
Kevin?
Well, David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Trent. Pass to Connaughton. Trent against Walker. Portis sets the pick for Trent. And here is Portis. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Walker goes in, makes it off the glass. Walker's got his first bucket in this one.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Trent passes to Portis. Pass to Connaughton. It's Kuzma top the key. And Kuzma slams it in.
Boy, he makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Rising off the ground like that. Kuzma takes a lot of pride, not only in finishing with finesse, but power, too.
Connaughton against Walker. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Connaughton. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Lowry from deep three-point land. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
Almost got there in time, but waited just a little too long.
The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Trent kicks to Portis. A minute 20 left in the third quarter. Tries again. Count it. Portis has got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
Hard to exceed Portis' level of energy. I mean, he just doesn't seem to ever stop.
Edwards, a screen on Connaughton. Back to Walker. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The 76ers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. That's good from Walker. And so Walker nails both of them. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Portis sets the pick for Trent. Outside Portis. Connaughton against Lowry. Connaughton passes to Portis. Good, nice job down low. Portis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well-timed play that time by Portis. He's a load coming downhill.
Walker against Connaughton. Walker in the post. He can't hit that time. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. To the inside. Here's Sims. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Sims has got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks. Pass to Council. Now here's Lowry. There's the screen. It'll count. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Buck. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
Yeah, and as a two guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. They've got Drummond. Embiid is out there with Oubre. Then it's Paul George. And it's Maxey in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Count that one. Jackson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Milwaukee. The 76ers trail by 4. Embiid with the screen on Prince. Maxey against Prince. Pass to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point land. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense...
Highlight reels to from Antetokounmpo. My goodness.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Clark, the last piece of the puzzle for Giannis Antetokounmpo, winning that 2021 NBA title.
And you know, Kevin, think about this. When Giannis got that ring, he also had 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year award. Man, that's accomplishing a lot at just 26.
Kicks it out to Giannis. Lillard against George. Outside Jackson. Antetokounmpo. Slam home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Embiid.
And Antetokounmpo is just fearless. I mean, hit him, knock him around. Really doesn't faze him. Doesn't matter. I mean, this guy is determined to get the job done. And he does.
And the rejection by Giannis. Lillard with it. Now defended by Oubre. Giannis dunks it down.
Giannis has tremendous physical attributes, but his confidence is something that separates him from most.
And here's George for 3. Here's Embiid. Oubre outside. Embiid sets the pick for Oubre. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Milwaukee leading by 6. Lillard outside. Giannis a screen on George. Nifty move. Lillard misses. The 76ers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Maxey passes to Embiid, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Embiid with the steal. Oubre with it. Guarded now by Prince. It's tipped. Embiid, the pass to Oubre. Got it. Good job in the low post. Oubre's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice job finding the open teammate that time. What a pass right there from Embiid.
The shot by Lillard wide open. It's good from long range. And the Bucks lead by 7.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Embiid sets the pick for George. Pass to Drummond. Embiid with it. 6 on the shot clock. The tray. Nailed from three-point land.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
Lillard outside. A minute 20 left here in the fourth quarter. Lopez, a screen on Oubre. Here's Prince, and so Milwaukee again turning it over. The 76ers trail by 4. Outside, George from downtown. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Lillard from outside, and another three for Milwaukee.
You just cannot permit Lillard to get into a zone from deep. I mean, once that happens, you can't turn the valve off.
Maxey kicks to Embiid. Lets it go with a three. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knocked that one down in a clutch situation.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Lillard against George. Giannis a screen on George. Shot clock at 6. Lillard dishes to Lopez. Back to Lillard. Unloads. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Embiid inside. No good with the layup. And so the Bucks take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I said...
All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge.
All right, everyone, let's check out Milwaukee's starting lineup. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Prince in at the 3. And for the Suns, they've got Kevin Durant, Bol out there with Royce O'Neal. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Dunn in at the shooting guard position. And two smart teams here, Doris, with a lot of experience.
Yeah, you get the understanding from coaches that veterans win for a reason in this league. They're not going to be surprising each other. They're going to understand it's about execution and making shots, playing quality defense, something about playing with teams that have experience.
So it's Phoenix now, following the score by Milwaukee. Back to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Banked it in off the glass.
Well, a guard has got to come with physical intensity on the interior, and Devin Booker does just that.
Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo, and Giannis with the dunk.
Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
Pass to Bol. This one for 3. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker.
Devin Booker, not a guy who's going to just hunt out his own shot. If you're open, he'll find you.
And here's Lillard. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Booker. To the paint. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Bucks. All right, Doris, what's kind of an unsung stat you appreciate about the Suns lineup?
Wow, they are so gifted offensively. So I'd have to say very good at getting to the free throw line. That's important. Very good at baiting defenders and putting their opponent into the bonus. That's big. Attacking into coverage. They get to spend plenty of time at the free throw line. It's an underrated advantage, BA.
Here's Booker after the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. And there's a defensive 3-second call. Phoenix shooting their first free throw of the game.
At the line for 1, Devin Booker.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Devin Booker is a 2-guard, Doris. What's Book do that makes him special at that position?
I mean, so many things in terms of his skill. He's an elite shooter. He has become an excellent decision maker. He can get to the mid-range. He's a 3-level scorer. There's so many things. But my favorite thing is watching this guy in an NBA Finals play with a broken nose, be hit repeatedly, and never flinch. His toughness and competitive edge is always there nightly, and I love that.
Oh, wow. What a dangerous move on that drive. I mean, when Dame is coming in strong, it is so tough to stop.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Damian Lillard last season becoming the 51st NBA player ever to cross the 20,000-point threshold and the 17th fastest to ever do it. He said it's a great accomplishment and a rare space to be in. I'm like, man, I might be able to get 27 or 28,000 if I can stay healthy. Ryan, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, me either. Thanks, Allie. Booker for 3. Fires in the triple. Booker's got 6.
Devin Booker will flat put it to you on the three-point line. Don't give him any open shots.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Lillard left side. That shot off the mark.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
For 3, Booker. The offensive rebound. It's Booker on the wing. And finished off by Bol.
He turns the offensive board into a big slam.
Wow, he was so well positioned there. Credit his anticipation. Now here's Lillard, defended by Dunn. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
You know this, if you're open, you can count on Brook Lopez to find you. He uses his height to spot open teammates.
Booker surveying the D. No good on the three. The Bucks have gone 6 of 7 and looking good. And Prince with the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
A tremendous effort, tremendous body control. Prince showing how to counter good defense. What a nice move.
Booker against Jackson. Booker, the pass to Dunn. For three, Durant. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
This guy's mechanics are just pure. Kevin Durant, folks, turn the lights out if you allow him to get a three-point shot off.
Lillard right side. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Drills it from deep. He's got 9.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Suns trail by 3. Now Booker. He's got 6. 17 seconds left to play in the first. And finished off by Bull.
Oh, neither of these teams can miss. At the same time, neither is playing a ton of defense either.
Lillard can't get it to go. 4 seconds left. The kick to Durant. Three-pointer. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for Milwaukee, hunting for opportunities. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Milwaukee.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Jackson out there with Damian Lillard, and it's Prince in at the 3.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And Kevin Durant is arguably the greatest scoring forward ever. What makes KD so incredible, Doris?
EA, this game better go into triple overtime if I've got to list everything that makes this guy special. Size, elite shooting, ability to handle the ball at 7 feet, put it on the deck, get past, finish in traffic, rebound. You need me to guard every single position on the defensive end? I can do that. I could go on all night. How much time we got, BA?
One of the all-time greats, Kevin Durant, the Slim Reaper. Now here's Booker. He has 6. Bull, a screen on Jackson. 5 on the clock. The Suns need to get off a shot. Pass to Durant. Jacks up a 3. Yes, sir! The smooth stroke of Kevin Durant.
Well, there's just great poise when you're talking about KD. His basketball management skills are excellent.
Here's Lillard. Here's Lopez. Takes a 3. Bull grabs the board. Dunn outside. Fires the 3. Giannis with the rebound.
He's got to be mad at himself. You won't get a better look than that.
Prince finds Antetokounmpo. Back to Prince. Jackson outside. With some arc. Out to Lillard. Back to Jackson. Here's Prince. He's got 5. Count that one. Prince has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, you know Prince is going to be aggressive. So if you're not going to make a commitment to stop him, he's going to make high percentage shots like that one.
Now here's Booker. They lead by 1. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 4 rebounds now. Lillard passes to Lopez. Yes! Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 6 assists now in the game. Jackson against Booker. And you play played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, BA, I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run. And honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
1:41 left in the first half. The Suns have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Pass to Dunn. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2. Already 7 lead changes. These teams are really going after each other.
It's been a brutal game to play, but a fun one to watch.
And Lillard gets it to go.
Inside, Lillard can deliver. He's a skilled finisher.
Booker, the pass to Dunn. .58 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
And he's all alone. Here's Bull pushing it up now. Here's Booker. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul. First team.
Well, there's an activity level and a skill level that makes Devin Booker problematic on the offensive end. He dares defenders to get physical with him.
Both free throws good from Booker. Drafted as a 19-year-old back in 2015 by the Suns. Devin Booker has a special connection with Phoenix Doors.
BA, they absolutely love Devin Booker in the Valley of the Sun. He's been with the Suns his entire career, and basically it's a fan base that has watched this young man grow up. And when you think over the long history of this organization, when you mention the best players in team history, there is no doubt he is part of that conversation.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Durant. Back to Booker. Durant with a screen on Jackson. Booker for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Booker's got 5 points now in the quarter.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Here's Lillard. Oh, Lillard finishing with authority.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, BA.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Phoenix out in front. They lead by 4. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
They've got Bradley Beal. He's out there with Grayson Allen. Nick Richards out there with Damian Lee. And it's Iguodaro in at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Trent from long range. The Bucks rebound. The 3 sends it home from 3-point land.
This guy is so comfortable from beyond the arc. You give Gary Trent Jr. a look from 3 and look out, folks.
Beal against Trent. Beal outside. Clock at 6. Lee on the wing. Defended by Kuzma. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Portis for 3. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
Well, we know Trent Jr. can flat shoot the basketball, but he has to balance that with his passing. Nice delivery there.
There's a screen. Allen against Connaughton. Allen on the wing. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. 4 on the clock. To the inside. Misses in close. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Kuzma, that's good.
You can see that Kyle Kuzma has the kind of size and length and creativity to score on the interior.
Trent against Beal. And yep, it's good. Beal's gotten his second bucket of the game. The Bucks have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. You know, for a swing man, Trent has good size and is a sturdy, strong presence to us.
Oh, B.A., he sure is. He can make an impact on the defensive end with the attributes you just talked about. Not only can he be a stopper, though, let's remember, this guy can get hot as a shooter. You better look out. He can get on a heater.
Slow defensive rotation, causing a breakdown along the perimeter.
Beal against Trent. Beal outside. Going inside. Misses from short range.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Oh, you'd love to see Gary Trent Jr. put it on the deck, slice through the defense off that drive. Stop it, Gary.
Beal surveying the D. To the middle. Tries to keep it alive. Here's the break. Pass to Portis. And then Portis with the dunk.
Boy, smart decision from Kuzma right there. Skilled getting the basketball to his teammate.
Trent against Beal. There's a minute 26 left in the third quarter. Just 5 to shoot to halt the run. Count it, and 1. He'll have a chance in the three-point play. It's on Pat Connaughton. Phoenix shooting their 4th attempt at the line tonight. Free throw drops for Beal.
Well, Bradley Beal is the epitome of being a triple threat. He can drive it, pass it, shoot it. The complete package on the offensive end, that defines Bradley Beal.
Kuzma for 3. They grab their own miss. And then Portis with the dunk.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
And it's the Suns with the ball. The Bucks getting their last shot to go. Inside, Iguodala. And he dunks it down.
Woo! B.A., that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. Portis with a screen on Beal. Trent, the pass to Kuzma. Trent against Beal. Portis, left side. Here's Trent. It's hauled in by the Suns. 19 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Lee. Yet to see a basket. Beal outside. To the paint. Lays it up and banks it in. And now just a 2-point Milwaukee lead.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading buckets. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. So on the floor for Milwaukee, inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Prince in at the 3. Booker against Prince. Outside Booker. Booker off the bounce. Here's Durant. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Milwaukee in the lead. And Durant with the big finish.
That KD is showing a little bit of elevation.
To the inside. The strong finish by Giannis.
And coming down the stretch, you just can't afford that type of defensive breakdown.
And right now, neither side can get a stop. Looks like both coaches will have plenty of material for the film room.
Drains the triple.
Well, when you combine Durant's size with his vision and the touch on his passing, it's easy for him.
Prince with the bucket.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Bull with it, guarded by Antetokounmpo. Back to Booker. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Antetokounmpo. Oh, Giannis using his size inside.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Outside Booker. And the layup is good.
And they have a never-give-up attitude.
No doubt keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. Back to Prince. Takes the three. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
Well, just tremendous instincts from Prince. Feeling the defense, getting loose, getting into his catch-and-shoot game. Nicely done.
Booker against Jackson. Booker, the pass to O'Neal. Back to Booker. 5 on the clock. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by the Bucks. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now. Giannis end to end.
The long strides of Giannis help him get down the court fast. A lethal player in transition.
Screen by Durant. Booker against Jackson. Outside Booker. Durant with a screen on Jackson. Puts it up. Prince grabs the miss.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Jackson finds Antetokounmpo. Down low. Oh, Giannis dumps it home.
Unbelievable shooting down the stretch has them sitting pretty.
Booker against Jackson. Now here's Booker, tightly guarded. Durant looking around. Back to Booker, looking to win the run. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Lillard outside. To the left side wing. Lopez for 3. Rebounded by Dunn. Outside Durant. Drops in the 3.
And this is what makes KD special, the willingness to absorb the responsibility of the big-time shot.
And it's Kevin Durant with the foul. That's his first foul. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. And here's Milwaukee now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
This is what superb defense is all about, guys. He read that all the way.
Bowl, no good. Now here's Lillard. Drives to the hoop. The 3 from Prince. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. And the Bucks lead by 9.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
So we see the Bucks get the win here. They have to. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie.
teams like this, Kevin, and it's just great for the locker room. Guys are usually willing to accept their roles and understand how to win.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Joel Embiid out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's George. Then there's Maxey. And it's Oubre in at the 3, the small forward. Clock at 6. Booker with no one around. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
This is Booker at his most dangerous. No hesitation right there.
Embiid with a screen on Booker. Pass to Embiid for 3. Philadelphia with a new shot clock. Here's Maxey. That shot is off. Good D by Booker. Hole with it. Maxey covering. And the dunk by Booker.
That's just too easy. For D-Book, you can't give him an opening like that.
And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. 4-point game. Outside for George. Off target from outside. And as disappointing as the Suns' first-round exit was last year, RJ, this team, I think, still has a window open. How about you?
Yeah, Kevin, I've often said it takes teams a second year. That first year is really the adjustment period for star players. The Suns' core group had some growing pains in that first season. But look, this year, I think this is the year we're going to see the best version of the Phoenix Suns.
And here tonight, all-time WNBA points leader, the great Diana Taurasi.
And playing for the Mercury here in Phoenix for 2 decades, DT is as competitive as they come. An absolute bucket.
And here's Booker, following the three-pointer by Tyrese Maxey. KD sets the pick for Booker. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Embiid with a screen on Booker. And George kicks to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Now, I understand he's a large human, but the defense has to be better. You can't let Embiid get whatever he wants inside.
Now, here is O'Neal. Pass to Bull. Takes it inside, and the dunk by Bull.
Now that's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Embiid with the screen on Dunn.
Phoenix foul. Dunn. First personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Suns, they lead by 4. Drummond with a screen on O'Neal. And here's George for 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
A good ball handler with an advanced offensive repertoire. George is more than comfortable in the pick and roll.
With 3, Booker got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now, here is George. Embiid with a screen on O'Neal. Here's the 3. Embiid, no good. Suns leading by 4. Hole with it. Now defended by Embiid. Booker against George. Booker the pass to Dunn. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Durant. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 4. And Kevin Durant, one of the top 10 scorers in league history. And RJ still going strong.
And he does it with efficiency, Kevin. Takes great shots, and he's incredibly accurate. And if he doesn't have a look, he's a willing passer.
Now George. After the missed 3 from Andre Drummond, the 76ers need to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Football. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. And a deep three from Booker. Off target with the open look. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
It's George on the wing, guarded by O'Neal. Drummond finds Maxey. 6 to shoot. Pass to Embiid. Nice move. And it's good on the layup.
No stopping Embiid inside. He is a beast.
And Durant, here we go. A kick out to O'Neal. Now Booker. O'Neal sets the screen for Booker. Comes up empty down low.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for Phoenix. He got... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
Dunn is out there with Devin Booker. And it's Durant. Then it's Royce O'Neal. And it's Bull in at the 4 shot. So that's the Suns 5 as we get into the second quarter. And the free throw, no good. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
Here's Dunn after the made shot from Joel Embiid. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. 76ers trailing. Now George. And George with the stuff.
And holding nothing back there. George gives the dunk his all.
Here's Durant. Going up high. Kevin Durant.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. George against O'Neal. And that's a foul called on Bol Bol. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Embiid with the screen on Dunn. Pass to Drummond. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Embiid. Rebound by the Suns.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
A kick out to O'Neal. Now here's Durant. Back to O'Neal. Pass to Booker. This one for 3. The long-range shot from Booker. And you hear, Richard, about players dunking and putting a hurting on the rim, but that iron sometimes can put a hurting on a player's hands too, right?
Oh, and then when you get older, those landings, they can start to hurt too. End of the day, there's a price to be paid for all that high flying and wrecking, and it's worth it.
A fantastic shooter from deep. George forces defenders out, and then that just opens up the driving lanes for him.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree. They do, David. Thank you very much.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Durant. Durant finishing it off in transition.
Doesn't it just look like he's gliding down the floor? Durant in transition is just beautiful art.
And from undrafted to journeyman to starter. Richard, you got to admire stories like Royce O'Neal.
It's motivational, Kevin. Just because you don't get drafted doesn't mean you can't make it to the NBA, which is exactly what O'Neal has done.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Booker looking around. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Durant, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Right side, Maxey. Embiid with the screen on O'Neal. Maxey against O'Neal. Pass to Embiid. From way outside, Joel Embiid.
When we say Embiid does it all for his team, here's yet another example.
Durant with a screen on George. Here's Booker. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And George, here we go. Embiid wide open. A shot's good on the assist by George.
3-point field goal.
Embiid's got the lead up to 1 now for the 76ers. Booker against George. Shoots the 3. Book it! Devin for 3.
He doesn't shoot from the corner 3 often, but Booker looks fearless sending that one up.
Embiid with a screen on O'Neal. Here's George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
It's his first trip to the line. Throw good, Paul George.
2 shots.
And George drops them both. For 3, Booker. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for Phoenix. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And a chance not. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Lowry out there with Walker. Then there's Edwards. And it's Bona in at the 5 spot.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
A 3-pointer is right on target. Beal's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
They set the pick. To the middle. Here's Richards. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And selfless play by Beal, using that pick and roll action to create for a team.
Right side to Walker. Edwards with the screen for Walker. Stolen by Allen. Here's Lee outside. They get it back. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Richards got 4 points in the quarter.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Philadelphia shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Richards passes to Allen. There's a screen. From deep. Knocks down the three ball. And the Suns lead by 3.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Edwards with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. And the call will go against Grayson Allen. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Here's Lowry, still scoreless. Pass to Bona, shot clock at 6. Lets it go from 14, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And Lowry does a good job of getting off his shot in that mid-range area.
Beal drives in to the paint. Here's Richards. Outside for Beal. The 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Beal's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Suns.
Proving once again, he is one of the best shooters in the league.
Here's Bona, and he goes in for the dunk.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. And Beal gets it to go. Beal's got 8 points.
Powering through contact, Beal with the strong finish.
Allen against Walker. And the dunk by Walker.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Lee outside. Inside. Stolen. Here's Council. Covered by Lee. Pass to Bona. Knocked away. Lee with the steal. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Even though it wasn't a clear path, he knows that that's a shot he should make more oftentimes than that.
Here's Richards. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Richards got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Edwards, a screen on Allen. Outside, Walker. Down low. Here's Bona. The rebound by Richards. Allen surveying the D. Oh, good on the triple. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Suns lead by 4. And after a quick... And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime-dropping ability.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. You've got Nick Richards. Bradley Beal is out there with Allen. And it's Lee in at the 3 spot.
Substitution on the court.
George against O'Neal. Pass to Embiid. To the paint. Maxey on the wing. Embiid with a screen on Durant. 5 on the clock. Maxey, the dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line.
First personal foul.
It's on Kevin Durant.
Wheeling that ball in. Tyrese Maxey has a nose for points.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role
with the team, shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Boy, Booker has so many ways to beat you on that offensive end.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Done with it. Maxey covering. Booker against George. Booker the pass to Dunn. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 6th rebound on the night. And George kicks to Embiid. His 3-pointers off the mark. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. 4-point game. Outside, KD. In comes Durant. Excellent D there from George. Philadelphia has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Embiid sets the pick for George. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Durant the pass to Bull. KD looking around. Pass to Booker. Durant with a screen on George. And Booker kicks to Durant. Good. A nice assist from Booker. And the Suns lead by 5.
They needed points, and KD comes through. Who else did you expect?
George dishes to Embiid. And Bull pulls it down. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Outside, KD. A 3-pointer off the mark. The 76ers trail by 5. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Over to the left wing. Embiid, no good.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Booker outside. 1:31 left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Durant. Launches it. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's George. And George with the stop.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Here's Booker. Booker on the move. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on George.
Okay, when you absolutely, positively need a bucket, Booker's your guy.
Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the arm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That one is on Bull.
Solid play there for PG. Absorbing the contact, but staying with that shot for the and one.
What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
George against Booker. Pass to Bull. Durant with it. George picks him up. It counts.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
And George kicks to Oubre. A 3-ball. That shot misses. Deflects the pass, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid.
Honestly, if you're the defense, you should be ashamed not coming up with a steal on that pass.
with 3, Booker, and the miss. So the Suns win it, probably a little close. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson.